Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. Izotope is a proud sponsor of today's episode. Do you know about their new RX12? This is the way to make your audio flawless, all-in-one audio restoration. RX's 50-plus tool ecosystem is everything you need to rescue, refine, and enhance every project, blending surgical control with rapid results. Fully flexible, RX12 includes a standalone audio editing application and suite of software plugins to use in digital audio workstations. For decades, RX has pushed what's possible in audio editing and restoration, bringing out magic in every scene, song, and story. Powered by pioneering machine learning tech, it's the supporting star behind countless Oscar, Grammys, Emmys, and the winner of a Technical Academy Award. Go get this for yourself. Izotope RX12. It's out. IZOTPE.com. Welcome to Hyphenate Halftime. This is our show for Monday. What is the date? What are dates anymore?
27th.
July 27th. The timekeeper you've just heard is my co-host here every Monday, Mr. Aaron Farley. How are you doing today, Aaron Farley?
Well, once you read some conspiracy theories on the creation of the calendar, you know that this is all just, it's monkey business is what it is.
It's all made up.
It's all humans throwing poop at the clock and hoping it's
time is a construct.
Yeah, time is a construct. There's a big flaming ball that we're going around, and Antarctica is not real. All that stuff, you know.
Oh, that sounds about right. I was just telling you before we were rolling on the mics. We just went camping at the Halama campground, which is north of Santa Barbara, kind of almost just south of San Luis Obispo, and there was a SpaceX satellite launch Saturday morning when we were there.
Oh, wow.
It was a funny thing. We were at the campgrounds and somebody said, "Hey, look up, in 2 minutes, there's going to be a rocket launching." I'm like, what? And sure enough, it happened, and it was wild. And it was the thing, you see it take off, and then the sound comes, like 30 seconds or a minute later, big rumble.
Oh, so you actually saw like the straight, like you saw it from land
take off. Yeah, we were probably 10 miles. I don't know what. I think there's some kind of military Air Force base.
Yeah, near
there, and it was wild.
That's amazing.
I had no idea.
I remember seeing those go up. We see them every once in a while here, and all of a sudden, like, what is that flying through the sky? And then it's just like that weird tail. It's like a squiggly tail.
Yeah.
And then but it's usually in the evening, and then you get the sunset. So everything's dark, and then it's still getting hit by the light up there. So you get this like crazy squiggly tail going out into the ether. That's amazing.
It was wild. Yeah. I mean, it looked expensive. I couldn't tell what was happening, but
they must go up consistently now.
Yeah, I think they said it happens a lot, and it happens from this particular Air Force base. And then even at night, because it's so clear there and you're kind of far away from things, we could see a lot of the stars. But then people were clocking satellites too. Like you could see satellites that they blink and they go fast, and they're like moving across the sky. And there was pointing out a lot of satellites. And someone even said that's probably that one that just went up. Like it stays in kind of low orbit for a day or two, and then gets further up. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm kind of just repeating things people said. I have absolutely no knowledge. I saw a big thing with light and smoke go into the air. I could testify to that much.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was wild. Yeah.
I remember going to like on one of those JPL tours, like the NASA tours, and you go through the area where they were I think it was when they had like a community day. I don't know if they still do that.
Yes,
but
they're going to be doing it. I think the sign up day is in the next couple of weeks.
You should do it.
It's closed through COVID. We did it once before when our kids were really, really little.
Oh, okay.
And they don't even remember. But yeah, we want to. Yeah, I just saw they were announcing they're going to do it again. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's a total like shit show in the sense that there's just so many people, and it's not really like the place isn't made for that many people, and it's a one day event. So I think like it was absolutely as organized as best as they could, as best as a bunch of scientists can organize like tens of thousands of people coming to their workplace in one day. But it was awesome to go through you go through the Mars rover area where they show you kind of where they test like all the practice rovers and stuff. And then, but the cool thing was being able to go, they almost had like booths set up. It was almost like a science fair. And you remember this, but that you'd go and sit like, well, who do you want to go talk to? And I'm like, well, there's no one talking to those guys. And they had all these little cubes on their tables. I was like, oh, what are these? And they're like, oh, these are CubeSats. I'm like, what's a CubeSat? Well, it's a cube. It's a satellite. It's like a little cube satellite. And you program them. There's like a little computer in it. You program them. Like this one is to get data on weather patterns. This one's to get data on the temperature of low Earth orbit or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And they all just had this thing, and they just go up in whatever the containment thing, and then they get up there, and then once they get up, it just like opens up and throws all these cubes into orbit, and they're just like little mini. I mean, it's like you could hold it in your hand. It was like small.
Oh, I had no idea. What are those doing? Those are sending signals, receiving signals.
Yeah, and then you're attaching that thing is giving out a signal, and somehow you're communicating with those once they get up there, and you're communicating with those down on Earth, and they're doing radio signals or whatever that is, and then they're like, doing weather, and maybe they're communicating to other satellites that are doing weather. I don't know. These people are so smart. Wow. We had a couple people in our neighborhood when we lived in Altadena that worked at JPL, and just geniuses. And the couple people scientists. Like when we talk, literal. And the one neighbor, he was working on like climate and weather patterns and all sorts of stuff. And he had worked there for, I don't know, 15 years or something, 20 years, a long time. And, you'd start asking questions, and you could see that eventually, like, it would get to a point where it's like, you're not going to understand the answer to this. Like, I've been here before. Like, you can see the conversation like, well, do you understand theoretical physics or, whatever it is that they're using, which shows how much I know. Cause I don't even know I'm sure there's physics involved, and there's radio telemetry and all sorts of things. Yeah. But it's amazing the amount of that NASA day or JPL day, whatever they call it. If you can get on the list and you can get in, and it's like Disneyland. You just like stand in line for everything.
Really walk on the chocolate factory.
You get to see like half of
the
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to see half of what you want to see, just because of there's not enough time, but you get in a line and you see the stuff. And
remember we had hot dogs, and I think we only had the one kid then. I don't think our littlest one was even born yet, and he just ran around and ate a hot dog and fell on the grass, and I think that was his favorite part of it. But we were having fun. It was something to do, pushing him around in a stroller still.
Yeah, so fun.
It was great.
Yeah, probably crying like our kids were like,
oh yeah,
like, totally, it's too hot. This sucks. Like you were at the
very
precipice.
thing we get to do.
You are where science and rocketry and everything is being created.
You see that go-kart in there? That thing's going to go to Mars. Yeah. There's one just like on Mars already or something. This thing, yeah.
I need lunch. I'm hungry.
I want to catch a Pokemon. Where are the Pokemons? Yeah. You said there's going to be Pokemons here. Okay. I was looking at the map. It's called Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Oh, right. It's not the Air. It's not the Air Force Base?
Space Force Base. No, it's become a Space Force Base. Wow. And there's a whole website, vandenberg.spaceforce.mil.
How long have they been waiting to change those things?
Space Force, it looks exactly like Star Trek. Star Trek. Yeah. You know, it's got like a funky little like arrow kind of vibe. It looks just like, you know, Starfleet Academy.
It doesn't seem like these things, like it seems like these things have been on the table for a long time and they just never got, they never got okayed, or they never passed through whatever they needed to. And then, you're like, Trump's just changing everything. But then you go, they've had to have been toying with this idea of Space Force forever. The fact that it's called Space Force, even though it's
2019,
Air Force.
December 20th, 2019 is when it was initiated. Yeah, it's the first new branch of the U.S. Armed Services created in 73 years.
Yeah. But it had to have happened before that, no? Like they had the idea.
Well, all of
like how many people brought that up and they're like, that's the dumbest name ever. That's never going to fly. And then Trump gets in there and he's like, hey, let's just call it Space Force.
The Air Force was in charge of all the NASA stuff. I mean, it was sort of
just a way to split up the money so they can get more money to do crazy stuff.
It was just, with National Defense Authorization Act was signed into law with bipartisan support. I don't know.
That tells you right there.
SpaceForce.com.
They've been planning this for years. But is it real? How about Space Force?
Cool. I don't know. The outreach looks good.
Are there suits tighter, like Star Trek?
Yes, everybody has much higher testosterone levels to be in Space Force.
Higher T levels.
There's no low T in Space Force town.
Yeah, they're upping their what's it called that they were against, but now they're for when you optimize
gender affirmation,
gender affirming care.
Yeah. It's what it is.
I need more testosterone. I need more testosterone to make everything work. I need to be tougher. I need to be tougher. I need more testosterone.
Oh my gosh. I've seen so many great clips of a former guest who wrote the book about dads. Darby. She's been doing so much great press around her book, The Dad Brain, and it just dovetails into all of these terrible things that are being done on a federal level, and so she could speak as a research scientist, like, no, more testosterone does not make you a better man. It does not make you. Yeah. There's a reason your testosterone level fall after becoming an adult or with age. Part of it is for safety and calmness, and it makes you a better partner, a better father, more caring. Like having high T, having a high amount of testosterone is unnatural, and can lead to all kinds of negative, health effects, and as well as like social effects.
Of course, you would listen to the man. And they tell you that, Randy. They just want us to be weak. Weak. I'm going to be strong with my high testosterone. Testosterone.
I drink my soy milk and eat my tofu and be chill. That's all I'm trying to, and raise smart children and care about the planet. That's what I'm.
We need children that are want to run through walls, whether they like it or not. They just have to. They have to feel it.
Incredible.
They're going to be rough,
man. We're going to raise a generation of Kool-Aid men.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's the hopes. That's what high tea will get you, is a whole generation of Kool-Aid men.
We need
to break through walls and breaking every bone in their body.
We need Pete Hegseth's face on Kool-Aid Man and have him like busting through the walls of reality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was the plane guy was the airport guy that wanted to put like pull-up bars in airports so people could work out more.
Oh yeah, because you want to be really nice and sweaty when you get on the plane. That's awesome.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, we just did some push-ups on the airport floor.
Yeah,
before getting onto a plane. Also,
everyone's going, like most people are probably flying to stay in a hotel somewhere. You have a gym. There's a gym there.
Yeah.
Also, you can do push-ups. No one's stopping you from doing push-ups on the floor.
Yeah.
Like just do push-ups. They're probably better for you than pull-ups anyway. It's like there's more muscle. You got to.
It's more performative. You get a little bit of your. See you work out when you're up in the air. It's about visualization. Yeah.
Maybe you could do those half push-ups where you're kind of half standing, so you're just leaning against the back of a chair.
That's smart. You're right. We need to see more of that.
Yeah, that's because that idea was courtesy of my high tea.
Ah, yeah.
That's a high tea idea right there. High tea.
Mr. High Tea.
High tea.
What was I going to say? Oh, speaking of high tea, last week's guest, Mr. Rob Barber, is the man of the highest tea that I've ever met. Do you know Rob? Have you met Rob in your travels through the art world?
Again, one of those people that I'm like, we must have met. And then I looked, I listened to the music, and I knew I knew the band name, but I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't recognizable for me.
It's a funny one.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, it felt like awesome. It felt like he was somebody that I've known for so many years, and he's done so many things, and is part of so many different scenes, and in Philadelphia and New York, and L.A. and has always made cool music. But it's funny to hear his story. It's like it's those things you're like, I've had a million conversations with some people, and I'm like, but where do you come from? What is this whole thing? I get to grill them on the pod. Randy grills his friends on the pod.
It's great. I mean, I loved his stories about his his relationship with his parents, of the fact that they were older, so they were almost like grandparent age, like maybe a little younger than that, but
it seemed conflicted still to this point. He was still feeling, he had feelings about it, I could tell.
Yeah, like they were older, but then they also, like when when his mom had never heard him, play music or anything. And she's like, well, what do you think? I mean, can I hear it? And then he just slips her a CD as he walks out the door. And then the next time they see each other, it's just like, well, it sounded like you're yelling into pots and pans from across the room or whatever that was. And he's like, wow, you get it. Totally.
You finally understand me.
Or when he's like, I'm going to go play a show. And she's like, you're not even a musician. I love it so much.
How encouraging can parents be, right?
Well, but also that's like, I mean, I think you have a relationship with your mom that's very close. And she was always like going to shows, but she also owned a skate shop. Like that's a mom that is like, in the know and is ready to be supportive in every way. If you're owning a skate shop, as a younger, like when you spent your babysit, the skate shop babysat you as a child, but I do think that even with my, I like supportive parents, but there was definitely a gap of like, what is this you're listening to? Like there's like no understanding of like, it's separate, like these are two generations that aren't gonna mesh as much. Like I took my dad once to he came to, it was like dad's weekend in college at Washington State, and I was a freshman, and my friend's band was playing that night. There was like a place upstairs up above this coffee shop, and they'd have like punk shows and whatever, and they had a stage and everything. And so I'm like, Bill's band's going to play. He's like, oh, great. What kind of music is it? I'm like, I mean, it's, punk.
Sure.
But he's like, yeah, whatever. Sure. Sounds good. And we went up there, and they had like, you could sit at kind of picnic tables in the back, and then And then it was a full on like punk show. And I remember going over, I'm like, oh my God, my dad's going to be like, what the hell? And he's like, well, that was wild. But that was it. You know, he was like, yeah, I don't know. Looks like you guys are having fun. You know, I remember going to shows in college, but it was like a guy with an acoustic guitar usually. You know, not much, not this wild, but you know, it wasn't like, wow, I want to listen to this music or I want to see, it was more like, all right, good job, buddy. You know, this seems fun. Looks like you're having a good time.
Well, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. I'm wondering what our kids are going to do. I mean, my wife and I always had a joke like, we're pretty open-minded parents. Like, what could our kids do to shock us? I know that's their main mission in life will be to somehow, you know, weird us out with whatever they're into. And so what would we possibly rebel against as these open-minded, you know, young parents that we are here. And I think as the years have gone on, I've found limits already. He was not even a teenager yet, but I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if we're gonna go ahead and put all of our energy into this sort of stuff. Let's try to redirect some of that energy.
Video games and the what else you could become a
screen
clown, like ICP, Insane Clown Posse. I had a student last year that told me that her is like, well, my parents are juggalos, and I kind of chuckled.
Oh no!
And for a second, because I thought,
did she have like a?
Thought she was joking.
Fucked up name?
No.
Okay, normal.
I mean, she, you know, she had some attendance issues and stuff. Oh, nice kid, but you know, there was a
lot of Faygo.
She just did it. Her and school had some issues between them, but we talked about it, and I'm like, oh, like I thought she was just joking, you know, and then I'm like, oh, that's crazy. See, like ICP, and she's like, you know what a juggalo? You know ICP? And I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, are you down? I'm like, not really, no, but I respect it. It's, you know what, I'm down for. I respect it. I would like bringing the community together. They've hundreds of thousands culture, of people.
Yeah, diversity makes the community stronger. Sure.
Yeah, and that's your things, like to put clown makeup on and go to shows and rap and rock and, you know, whatever. Just be down.
Yeah.
But
gathering. Be curious about magnets. You can do all kinds of things.
Magnets. How do they work? Yeah. But it is funny that those are I feel like those are kind of the things, but then even like, you know, with our kids, like Lila sends me music and I'm like, you should listen to, have you ever listened to Halo Benders? That's what I told her.
We just missed the gathering. It was last weekend, August 19th. No, it's coming up. Wait, hold on. No, I'm a month early. August 19th through the 22nd at Mother Nature's Riverfront Retreat in Max Creek, Missouri.
Detroit?
No, in Missouri. Yeah, this year's 4-day festival shifts to a new riverfront location in the Lake of the Ozarks area, featuring performances by Insane Clown Posse, Ouija Mac, alongside independent wrestling events, comedy, and late-night parties. All right.
Well, they only have 2 musicians, though.
It's in the Ozarks. Well, those are the headliners.
I feel like
independent psychopathic affiliate music sets, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, JCW, open mic contests, comedy tents, and late night sideshows. I think there's more to be announced. It sounds like there's still got a month to go. They don't want to like give you everything.
Well, I like that because that's a lot of people who feel like they do not fit in. You know, and then even when they tried to fit in, they're like, "There's nowhere for me." And there's one thing about like, you know, getting into punk or whatever, but that's not. Or like indie, like DIY indie, but that's kind of like not mainstream, but people know what that is. Being a juggalo is like, that's out there, man. And so you got to have a spot once a year to feel free in your own skin. Cause that's something most people are not even going to.
This one's a whole pirate
to understand
vibe. You have the Kraken stage. There's a lot going on.
There must be. I bet there's like total break-off groups of Juggalo. Like
Butcher
what that,
Babies,
like what type of,
DJ
like
Paul,
what type of clown you are.
Diggy Graves, Chris Wiebe.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hatebreed.
Hatebreed.
Vanilla Ice is going to be there.
That makes sense.
Farside.
I think.
All right.
Farside is playing.
That's what it says.
Wow, they're going for it. I do feel like there were a couple. There were a couple. Do you remember that band Horror? HO9909.
Yes. Yeah, they would play, right?
I feel like those guys have done that stuff before, and
what about
which
Michael
makes
Trapson Glowtown Live?
I don't know. That's
Michael
that's
Trapson.
Something. I don't know.
It's a Michael Jackson impersonator with I think with glow sticks,
but also with clown makeup.
I don't see the clown.
I would like
on.
a Michael Jackson Juggalo. Michael Juggalos.
This might be
Juggalo Jackson. I mean, it rolls off the tongue.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Again, I'm not going to get it. Oh, this has all been made fun of, 20 years ago. But good for them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. Anytime people are enjoying some kind of community.
Milli Vanilli. Well, it's basically like what the 250th event was supposed to be.
All the people that said no to that ended up going to the Juggalo.
Milli Vanilli. Yeah. I think they were just poaching from the Gathering in order to let's take all the headliners of the Gathering.
They're like, wait, we meant they're all playing the Gathering, not the White House. We got it mixed up. Yeah. That's so funny.
Oh my God.
What a way to really destroy the 250th celebration. Do you think? Imagine like all negatives aside with Obama policies. Could you imagine how huge that 250th celebration would have been if the Obama administration was in charge? It would have been like every single huge artist. It would have been like 1 million people would have showed up. In a total love fest. Just saying. As far as parties go, I feel like he knew how to, like, they do something at the Kennedy Center and you're like, oh, they're sitting next to Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Like
the coolest. You got to be next to, like, every cool person is like, yep, I'm there. There was never anyone going, I don't know if I can be seen in the same room as that guy.
Sarah Squirm and Friends is going to be at the Gathering this year. Sarah Sherman from Saturday Night Live.
No,
she has a whole comedy set. You don't know Sarah Sherman? She's one of the people.
Does she have a mousy voice?
Live. Sure, yeah. So there's only two. Yeah, there's a Barrel of Laughs comedy showcase, and then Sarah Squirm and Friends.
She's doing and that's at the meeting of the Juggalos.
Yeah, Gathering of the Juggalos.
All right, you know what? I like it. I'm in. I'm 100%.
I'm sure she's gonna have stories to tell.
Pro
right?
Juggalo.
Pro Juggalo.
Yeah. I just hope the meeting that I want is the Gathering.
You're a Juggle Pro.
It's Juggle Pro. The Gathering, and then mixed with Dave Matthews Band fans.
DMB crew?
DMB right. And the Juggalo and the Gathering. That's what, when that comes together, this is when the country changes for the better. Yeah. That's when we're ready, like get on the roller coaster because we're moving. That's just me though.
We'll see you in the pit.
Yeah.
Speaking of juggalos and violence, we I think are bringing our summer of '76 to a close. Is that right? Is this our final?
I think so.
Final film.
Well, I mean, I start school in 2 weeks, so
yeah, you need some prep time. You can't be watching film.
Actually, this
pieces of cinema.
This is gonna be my last one before school starts. Yeah.
Whoa.
So this will be the end of my summer. Technically.
Yeah, but we watched 1976's The Enforcer, starring Clint Eastwood as Henry Dirty Callahan. Or what is it, Dirty Harry?
Dirty Harry.
Dirty Henry. Dirty Henry.
Dirty Henry. That's a whole different thing, I think. I don't know if you can say that on microphone.
Yeah. The fourth, is that right? It's the fourth in the installment, the series of Dirty Harry films. What have you seen the first Harry Dirty film? Have you ever? No. You have no experience with Dirty Harry. Okay.
And I was waiting for more one-liners, to be honest.
Yeah.
Waiting for like, what does he say in the one? Make my day.
Oh,
is that the same?
Yeah.
Is that in the first one?
Yes. But it has a whole thing where it's talking about he shoots the guy and he's got the big revolver, this giant phallic gun, and he's like, well, I know what you're thinking. Did he shoot 5 shots or 6 shots? Like how many shots is he like? So go for it. You can go for the gun. Maybe I shot all my bullets already, or maybe I have one left. It's your choice. Go for the gun. Like, go for it. Make my day. Like he's trying to taunt him into doing it so he can has a reason to shoot the guy.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. And then I forget what happens. I think he does go for it and does shoot him. Yeah. Looks like I had one left. No, this one he just keeps saying, wonderful. Right? Or something like,
oh, wonderful.
They're all wonderful. Yeah. This was
what a curmudgeon that guy was.
Yeah. It was something. It was a commentary, but it's funny, I think, now placing this in that context of the black comedy or the sort of the lone gunman sort of milieu that we've sort of established with, Taxi Driver and even Assault on Precinct 13, but there, just this different kind of like dystopian, world's gone to hell and one man can make a difference. This was almost light and had more of him embracing change in a way that was very different than the other films we'd watched, the kind of more serious films. This was really about him, accepting feminism and equality of gender. Tyne Daly, who looked like she was like 23 years old. Yeah. From Cagney and Lacey. She's in this. Yeah. And she dies. It was a great death. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this 50-year-old film. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Well, this is the one where, and actually, because I'm watching this one early because I'm not going to rent it twice and then have time to watch it.
You don't have to watch it too late.
No. And so, we were sitting at home and Michelle was like, I'll watch it with you. And I'm like, just be warned. I don't know what we're stepping into here.
Yeah. We're going back to the time machine 50 years. This could be, you never know.
And we're watching it and it really was like, well, I thought because you had texted me right before I was going to start watching it, like, wow, this is a great chase scene. There's a great foot chase scene in this. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I've rented it already. We just need to sit down. Let's watch it. The kids are doing whatever they were off doing something. And so we started watching it and when it got to that part where she died and they literally like shot her and like, wait, they killed her? She's not coming back?
I mean, it's
No, I know, but it was at the end, but still like, wait, what? No, they're going to go to the hospital and she'll be, wait, no, she's done. And I'm like,
that's how they did it.
Is feminism done? Is that what they're saying?
She got the respect from him because she put her life on the line and died like all of his other partners in the other movies.
Totally. By the end,
like I know how many partners you've lost. It's not your fault. And,
No, totally.
That's how she earned her place in Valhalla. As a great warrior.
Yeah.
Saving the mayor.
Well, and I thought
that the commentary on the crooked politics, and it did have all the kind of it did have a very bleak ending, which it almost felt like it had to in order to be in the style of a 1976 film. It's like, we can't really have a happy ending in this one, guys. It is 1976 after all, and everybody wants to be sad and confused and sort of upset.
I mean, it is interesting that all, like, so many of the movies have such a bleak outlook, even if the ending was kind of happy, it still was bleak. Yeah. And that, like, this was at the
Marathon
centennial,
Man, like he survived
the centennial,
it was the bad vibes
of the country, or bicentennial. And this is like 200 years, guys. Look at how great everything is. And they're like, nope, look at how bleak everybody is feeling the pinch right now. We went through like gas shortages.
Yeah,
totally. And
like this,
and
was
I think
the tone
what I thought
of
about
the
this
media that people were responding to, you know, that I had to feel it didn't feel
was
real
heavy
unless it was like, unless it was heavy, right?
But this is also going to launch into the 80s and Reagan and like, you know what, guys, we're just gonna. How about if we just pretend everything is great? So we're not talking about reality anymore. Everybody's gonna start wearing pastels and like popping their collars up, and we're gonna start drinking Coca-Cola on the beach, and we're gonna go roller skating, and every movie is gonna be about the beach in California, and
about boners and boobs.
Yeah, and it's gonna be all like really crazy, raunchy comedies about college and ski school, and
it's a party.
And it's just going to be a party because we can't do this dark reality anymore, you know, and you can see these happening. But even with this one too, that what I thought was cool because of Bad News Bears, even though I didn't finish Bad News Bears, but it was,
it's a dark ending, but it's good. It's a happy ending, but it's one of those kind of things like they lose.
Well, I don't see, I don't know the ending, but the girl, but the girl in there, it was the same thing. You have the curmudgeonly coach, but then he's the one that's like, oh wait, I remember there was this girl who was the pitcher, and I'm gonna go get her, but we're still gonna, you know, but then the kids are the ones that are the curmudgeons who are like, oh girl, what? And he's like, and then the curmudgeonly old guy has to go, suck it up, you want to win, or you, like, you know, and you're seeing that like multiple generations dealing with change, dealing with whatever, multiple generations of boys and men dealing with change and being like dumb curmudgeons about everything.
Addressing some form of like women's liberation, but in a way that does feel earned. And it was almost like they had to show the men go through the painful process of accepting the value of a woman in some role outside of the home. But in order for them to do that, they had to be sort of, you know, the women had to be tortured in this kind of terrible way too. It wasn't like they could just instantly gain, you know, equality in a different role. It's like they had to like put up with the toughness and show the men that they were worth it, you know. And in this case, the enforcer, you know, she had to die in order to get the respect of her partner. But even
before that, she was like running, and she was grabbing the briefcase, and she
saved his
keeping
life
up with everything.
She shot the nun in the church and saved his life. You know?
She was doing it in the high heels and a business suit and all this, and even most of the time he was just like, ugh.
Wonderful.
Like a bear or something, like, what are you doing here? Get away. It's fine, I can do it. Listen, if you want to be here, but you got to deal with the consequences. You know, that whole,
all these assholes,
that whole thing of like, sure, you're twice as smart as everybody. Sure, you're better at all this than all of us. But
you're only here because the mayor wants to get reelected.
Yeah,
he's got to, you know, do this thing. But then she rejects it, and they show, you know, so it's these kind of things. The mechanics work in some ways, you know, but I think it's calling out that sort of general uncomfortability that maybe was present in the culture at the time of these kinds of ideas, but ultimately paying off in both those films, in the Bad News Bears and in you know, the Enforcer. It does have a pro feminine equality message, you know, but the depiction all the way through is still rough.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not rosy.
No.
But you look at it too, and like in real life, I mean, both of our wives are very successful, smart.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and the stories that you hear about like my wife will tell me about like being on a job site, and the thing that like these older dudes will say to her about like, well, why don't you just run along and blah, blah, blah. She's like, I'm running this project.
Day and age.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's and then it's not even people that are like super old, you know, like you can see, I mean, whatever. It was like a 75-year-old guy comes up and goes, "Oh, hey, sweetie," you know.
Sure.
You're like, okay,
grandpa status.
You know, it shouldn't be that way, but you can understand more vividly why it would be from years and years and years and years of that, and then not wanting to change when you're in your 60s. That makes sense.
And I think there's not to give them the benefit of the doubt, but there's this sense that like with those platitudes, it's you know, this is an old man, a grandfather or somebody trying to be nice. He thinks he's being nice
because that's how they learned what was
it.
respectful in their day.
Sweetheart.
Yes.
Darling.
Totally. Sweetie. Let's be honest.
It doesn't seem there's the demeaning intention may not be as present as it is felt in
still
its execution, but the intentions may be misplaced.
And it's still not okay, but it's more understandable of how you get there. But then these younger, you know, people my age or whatever, and even younger, just
unacceptable, straight to jail,
and also like just the bro jokes, the bro culture, kind of like you know the people who are the like the developers and all these like just I'm gonna be the loudest and the rudest in the room to make sure everybody sees me and knows that I'm running this project, and I'm gonna like swear at everybody. Yeah. I'm gonna like, she's like in these talks with people, and not all the time, but sometimes the stories are just like, dude, this is you, and like for you and I, if we're in those rooms, you can just be like, oh my God, what an idiot. Because it's never really directed at us, you know, and we don't have to be twice as good and twice as calm and twice as like, you know, but like it's more of like the calmness. Like you can't, like the fact that like these dudes are like yelling at each other, and then the second a woman comes up with that energy and is like, hey, blah, 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 people are like, whoa, hey, listen, you don't need to be, you need to sit here and be complaining to everybody about everything. Yeah, totally. And the tightrope
or unaccepted.
Like, the tightrope line of walking that like I'm not even allowed to be angry, because if I'm angry, I'm an asshole, you know? But dudes are like big and angry and boisterous and like all the time. And it's like, well, you know, he is the CEO.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he has a lot on his plate, guys. He's very stressed out. This is a lot of money. Yeah. It's very, just hearing those who were like, it's not that. There are definitely differences from 20, 30 years ago. But it almost seems like when these things do backtrack and goes down a step from like whatever people have gained, especially with this new administration, and especially with the talk of high tea and we need to get
faux meritocracy
all these,
or the elimination of DEI and all this bullshit.
And all of this stuff. Really. And it only affects non-white men. And then you get all these people at the top, these white guys just screwing everything up and making it worse. And then they're like, hey, you know, well, we had DEI forever. We have to fix it. You know, like, oh, could you please stop? How do we stop? Yeah. How do we get them to just stop? Just stop.
There's a change a coming. Feels like, you know, there has to be. Like,
I hope.
Keep going.
I mean, that's what they say.
But speaking of all the, you know, the craziness, like shifting gears a little bit though, that foot chase was insane, right? It's like a 10-minute like foot chase that just keeps going like up into buildings, up on a roof, down on a roof, and like it doesn't look like Clint Eastwood can really run that well. They're you know, it's in like slacks and like dress shoes and a blazer and a sweater, and then he's like jumping.
And he was like 46 years old during that.
Is that right? Did you look it up?
Something like that. Yeah, he was like mid 40s. Right. Yeah. So that's like, he's got creaky knees at that point. He's like, he's an older guy. They're not,
it's not really edited particularly quickly or anything. And the music's kind of chugging
just
along.
Just goes forever.
70s.
Oh yeah. The music was very like, like it was so
some harmonica
just in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. But they just keep going and going like, oh, he's jumping a thing. Oh, we're still going. Oh, he fell through the skylight into a porn shoot. Oh, no. And then keep going. And they keep going.
They're like, we have to get this thing rated R somehow.
Yeah. It just kept going and going.
Oh, my God. It was great. Yeah. It's great. I love those. I feel like that is the reason, like if you make a movie as a kid, or if you try to make a music video or something like that, there's always that, like, I want to do like a chase, like a running chase scene. Like that just seems like a thing. It's like a very, very movie thing, like to do. Yeah. It's like a
foot chase is
great. The foot chase, the car chase.
Tom Cruise is the king of those. I mean, he can run on screen like, with such a signature sort of style and intensity, the pumping, and the face going, and he knows how to do it.
Always looking to the side.
Yeah. Yeah, they do these. But I'm feeling too, because it's set in San Francisco. Did you ever see Bullet with Steve McQueen? It was earlier.
No.
It was in the 60s.
Yeah, I've seen parts. I mean, I've seen like the car chase. It has like the epic car chase. Yeah,
where it loses like 8 hubcaps. A car only has 4 hubcaps, but this one keeps going and going and going. It has, like the car version of this, which was done, before. So I almost wonder if there was some part of their brain, just using San Francisco as a backdrop, because that's where Bullet was, and they do the jump the hills and go down and up and over and big spin outs, and there was that, and then there was Ken Block from DC. And doing his like mini rally, spin outs and 360 things in San Francisco. Also, have you seen those? You've seen those videos?
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Insane. I feel like that's like, amplified, chasing through the streets of New York, or through San Francisco, like such an insane level, like hitting the jump and then going sideways, like, spinning, 180s in the air off of like real street jumps, and then pulling 360s around a motorcycle, doing an endo up on its front, tire.
Yeah, that guy was insane. R.I.P. Ken Block.
Yeah. So good. But I feel like this is the foot chase version of that. I feel like this like was like, okay, well, we can't do the car chase, but maybe we can get a foot chase in San Francisco.
I bet they used the same 3 buildings from every angle over and over again, and they never.
I was trying to look at corners, because again, like L.A., I can kind of get a feel for, but not really knowing San Francisco that well, especially not then in the 70s. Like there was a few street signs I wanted to like look up and be like, where are they? How far? Did they like go one way and then come back around the other or something?
Well, there was one.
I couldn't tell.
When they came out of, was it like a bar, or it was like not a Hawaiian bar? What there was a name of a bar or a restaurant or something, and on that street there was a street sign that had 2 signs, and I didn't pause it, but
same.
It looked like I could tell this was in the Sunset or
real place,
wherever it was, although it wasn't. It wasn't like 70 degrees and foggy, or 40 degrees and foggy in the summer, so it wasn't in the Sunset District.
Yeah, but it looks cool. I mean, the city looks great, and the city hall scene looked great. All the stuff that they were doing,
But I realized why you would like that, though. It felt like a really long 70s TV show.
Yes.
It was shot that way. It's like super open. There's no shadows. There was like every single scene had a huge bounce. Like it had to have like a director
did not do much. This is
it's like a 12 by 12 bounce everywhere. You could see like all of their shadows were perfectly lit on the inside. It was just like there was so much light in that movie. There was nothing dark and scary. Although maybe when they went inside. But all those outdoor scenes were just like, oh, we're on TV.
Oh, you know who it was? Here's according to Wikipedia, Clint Eastwood was planning on directing this himself, because he's gone on to become, a notable director. So
he directed much at this point?
So he replaced Phil Kaufman on The Outlaw Josie Wales. That was also this year. But because he was directing that film, he needed to handle the post-production on that film, so that didn't leave enough time to prep The Enforcer. So then he gave the director's chair to James Fargo, his longtime assistant director, his AD, who made his debut as a full director on this film.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he
James Fargo would go on to do a lot of TV.
Oh, interesting.
Well, so he also did Every Which Way But Loose. I think he's also it's having your AD as in the director chair almost as a way for Clint Eastwood or the star to direct without really directing, like let him do all the hard stuff, but then Clinton is probably calling out shots and probably directing from in front of the camera.
Yeah, you're hiring someone that will take direction from you, as well as someone that you can trust that they know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like
he did
if he's
Every Which
not
Way But
there,
Loose, which is the one with him and the monkey, when the orangutan.
Oh my God, I don't know that
Right Turn
movie.
Clyde?
I know the name.
You don't know Right Turn Clyde? Oh my God.
No.
So good.
We have so many movies to watch.
It has one of the best soundtracks ever. That's where I first fell in love with it, is Ray Charles and Clint Eastwood singing together about the movie.
Was Ray Charles in the movie?
No, he wasn't in the movie, but he's on the soundtrack and writes a song that just tells the story of the movie. And Clint Eastwood comes on like, well, Ray, what happened next? Well, I'll tell you.
Oh my God. I love it. Hollywood is so weird. Entertainment is so weird.
Every which way but loose you turn me, any which way but loose you send me. It's great, but this is also where he first has his wife or his longtime girlfriend in the film, and then they break up and he blacklists her, and it's kind of a dick move on Clint Eastwood's part. But it's great. He's a bare knuckle boxer. Philo Beto is the character's name, in Every Which Way But Loose, and he boxes people for money. And it's all filmed here in San Fernando Valley. It's all in the valley in Pacoima and Silmar. And, he lives in a little house with a junkyard next to it, and and Juliette Lewis's father. What's his name? Lewis. It's I'll find it. Anyway, Juliette Lewis's father in real life is his best friend, and they go around. Jeffrey Lewis is his name, and so they go around looking for fights where he can pick up money. And so it's kind of like Street Fighter. Like it's just him in a white T-shirt and too tight jeans. And he just
wait, that's Juliette Lewis's father?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Jeffrey Lewis. So
that's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm learning so much
now. Jeffrey Lewis.
Yeah. I'm learning so much on this podcast. And I come here to learn.
Inexplicably, he has a pet orangutan named Clyde who drinks beer, and he tries to get Clyde laid. They break into a zoo at night because they figured Clyde's getting a little horny, and so they break into a zoo to have the monkey have sex with another monkey. And then they go on and have their big fight, and I think it did work out. I think Clyde smokes a cigarette after, and then they're like, "All right, Clyde, way to go! Get back in the truck."
That's an idea after some whiskey. Let's just throw this in and see if we could get it through production.
Oh,
I want to have a what is it? An orangutan or a chimpanzee?
Orangutan, yeah, big orange one.
And orangutans are so cool too.
And then they're being chased by Nazi bikers the whole time too. And it's these guys, they're called the spiders, but there's a lot of Nazi symbolism. This biker gang is chasing them, and it's all played for laughs because then when Clint Eastwood, the big joke or the takeaway tagline of Every Which Way But Loose is, he says "Right turn, Clyde," and you know how you would stick your hand out the window and do a left turn, right turn.
Yeah,
you do the turn signals from your car if your turn signal didn't work. So he'd say "Right turn, Clyde." And Clyde would stick his hand out and punch the bikers off their motorcycles outside of the thing. So this is the running joke through the whole movie. It's right turn, God. Clyde, and then he punches the biker out through the window. It cuts to him. You just see a weird fake orangutan hand punching people.
I feel like I'm becoming a bad movie connoisseur just through this. I'm enjoying it more.
I mean, this is such Every Which Way But Loose.
I'm saying I've never watched
Any Which Way But Loose is great.
But I've never watched any of the classics that would be considered it's not
the bad movie canon.
Yeah, where it's not made, they're not trying to win an Oscar.
Right. Yes.
They're trying to make a good entertaining movie. Under whatever budget they're working for, they know what their audience is. They know how much money they're going to make because of they've got their budget, and they're like, if we make this and everything goes okay, we're going to make our 10% over the top, and we're going to get to make 2 next time. And then if we do those 2, then we're going to get to make 3 the next time.
Smokey the Bandit. You know what's funny is these are almost like Smokey the Bandit, Every Which Way But Loose. These are almost the 70s versions of Jackass, where it's like the stuntmen become directors, or the people who are running stunt crews are just like, we could just do stunts. What if we just made a whole movie of stunts?
That's interesting,
all good at this.
right?
We know what we're doing. And that was specifically in Smokey and the Bandit. It literally was the stunt guy who doubled for Burt Reynolds on a lot of stuff, and he had been the big stunt coordinator, and he was. I think either his wife left him or he's getting a divorce, and he was drunk, and he was staying at Burt Reynolds' house. And he's like, Burt, I wrote this movie. Like, you want to make it? And sure, let's make it. And so he had to do, Burt Reynolds was the biggest star in the world. So he gave his buddy this, out of luck, the stuntman, the script, and it's a very loose idea. And
probably Burt Reynolds
put all the big car stunts in it. Yeah.
He didn't even have to be in it for that long because most of it's stunts. So he's like,
well, he was, right. Yeah. But he gets all of he's definitely the star of it. Him and Sally Field. That's where him and Sally Field started their romance together. And they're the most, their real life romance is like captured on screen. You feel it, in this kind of way of like, if you're a fan of these of
dating,
the style of 70s, sort of culture and romance of all of it, but the two of them together, because he's making fun of her and she's giving it back to him, and she's all flustered, and she's a bride who just ran out, and she's like hitchhiking. She is in her wedding dress hitchhiking, and he pulls over his Trans Am, picks her up, and like, all right, Frog, where are we going? Like, what'd you call me? She's like taking her dress off. He's like, oh, I don't, it's almost like it happened one night. It's a Clark Gable kind of thing where they're just like, but the chemistry is undeniable because it was real. It was really happening, and it's one of those. That's what really cinches the movie. I mean, there's big car jumps and there's spin outs and chases and those kinds of things, but the two of them, and then Burt Reynolds turns up his Bugs Bunny-ness, if nothing. I don't know if that's the correct adjective for it, where he like looks in the camera and just gives a little ain't I a stinker, his little eyebrows, and you don't expect him to put a little carrot in his mouth like, hey, I think did you see what I just did there? And then he looks at the camera like, and he spins out in his fast car.
When was that? Late 70s, early 80s?
Yeah, I want to say Smokey, the first one. The best part too of Smokey and the Bandit, 77. So next year, maybe we can get this. We can get this going next year if we can survive.
Do we start? What's our next? What's our next batch of movies?
77's big. 77 would be big for you got your Star Wars.
Do we just go a year every 3 months?
No, we wait. I don't know. We could wait till next summer. I like summer movies. We don't always have to do movies. I mean, obviously I could talk these movies.
Oh man, death. I like doing the movies. I feel like I'm learning. I feel like I'm learning a ton.
This is the Randy Randall Film School, is what my wife called it when she first.
Well, we started before this.
We'd pick a movie a night and just go through them all, and I would just be like, "Here's why this movie's a great film," and he'd get really excited, and we'd talk about it, and I'd show it to her, and like, "Holy shit, that was a great movie!" Like, I know. Tomorrow night we're gonna watch The Thing. It's gonna be amazing. Come on.
Amazing.
What'd you say?
Back when we had time to watch movies.
I know. The best part of Smokey and the Bandit is Paul Williams, the songwriter who wrote, We've Only Just Begun and The Rainbow Connection, all of these great 70 songs. He he's an actor in Smokey and the Bandit. There's Big Enos and Little Enos. He plays Little Enos. Smokey and the Bandit's great. Okay, so that's 77, and then Every Which Way But Loose is 78. So there was this kind of stunt sort of goofball where these were personality like Johnny Knoxville-esque, and I'm sure Johnny Knoxville is a fan of all of these same kind of 70s kind of like Americana.
Well, I mean, this is
archetypes of things. Like, look what I'm about to do. They go do something stupid, and you're like, wow, you did it. Right? Yeah, these are the heroes.
And it's like I mean, you're so right. It's like stunt coordinators trying to one up each other on like, well, I'm in the General Lee and I'm going to try to jump a lake. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm David Hasselhoff and I have a car and we're going to try to drive a car into a moving semi on the freeway. Like it was all cars and jumps and kicks and but this is the same thing that John Wick came out of. It was the stuntmen and the stunt coordinators for Keanu Reeves that brought a script to him and like, if you were in this, we could actually get a budget to make this.
and it's just going to be a stunt. Right? Yeah. Again, the line from Clint Eastwood to Keanu Reeves is not that far. Like, how little can you say in a movie and get paid the most? Yeah. The most money for the
how
least
much
amount of words.
Is it going to cost?
What?
Well,
I'd say I'm back.
How many times do you need? How many days do you need me?
Yeah, Hal Needham was the director of Smokey and the Bandit, and he was trying to put together a low budget B movie. Again, this is according to Wikipedia, for around $1 million, and he was going to have Jerry Reed, who's a great country guitar player and singer. And he was having difficulty, and then he took it to Burt Reynolds, and Burt Reynolds read the script and agreed to do it, and then Reed became the best friend. And then
she's like, "Well, do you need a man with a perfect mustache?"
Burt Reynolds is interesting.
Well,
I think he was kind of a dick in real life.
Oh, really?
And suffered from all of those things. But I also think he may have been closeted. Is the other funny thing, or at least bisexual in some ways. There's been a lot. I've read a lot and listened to a lot of accounts of his life. I mean, obviously he had these kind of famous romances, with like Sally Field and Lonnie Anderson. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of other stories too. And he had a dinner theater he ran in Florida. He was originally from Florida, and in between making movies, he would go back to Florida and live there. And he had he had literally like a Burt Reynolds dinner theater, and he would pull favors from other stars to come down and just perform in on stage for like a week at a time.
Interesting.
It was a whole thing going on. But I don't know, in terms of the queerness, I think it was more conjecture and conspiracies and rumors, but it also might have made sense too, and that's kind of like frustrated sort of over masculineness of his persona of at the time, of kind of putting on a performative masculinity, which I'm sure is not too far from a lot of the people in our current federal government as well. This over performance of how masculine and how butch they all are. It's like, yeah, we can all see you. We're all hearing what you're saying here.
Well, it's like when you really meet someone who's like a real tough guy, like a martial arts kind of like someone who could take you out at any moment. They're usually very sweet. Yeah, like MMA fighters and stuff. Like when I was a photo assistant, there was a couple times where the guy I was working with a lot, MMA stuff was just starting to come up, and of course we're very close to Orange County where a lot of that started.
Oh yeah,
and so we had a couple shoots where we'd go and he shot a couple of the MMA guys, and then also some sumo wrestlers, like the biggest sumo wrestler, like this dude that was like 400 pounds. And they were like the quietest, sweetest people. Like, no, they put it on, like once you're getting in, they kind of put the persona on and like get into their wrestling, whatever it was. But like, you're like, oh, this person could literally take me out and I wouldn't even know it. And they're so sweet, like very gentle, very humble. And like all of those people that are truly that type of person, usually you wouldn't know it. because it's not the performative like. And then also I have a huge sticker of 5 rifles shooting each other on the back of my truck. Like, okay, buddy, all right, why do you have a bullet belt on? Okay. I get it.
Okay, calm down. That's a big gun there, we got, tough. Partner. You look very excited to see me.
Yeah.
That's wild. All right, well, this was fun. I think we've wrapped up our summer of '76. Summer's coming to a close. The third. Oh yeah, and what was
the band again? High Places.
High Places. Yeah, Rob Barber's band with
everybody go listen to High Places because it's so weird.
It's incredible.
Like, it's so cool.
We played a lot of shows with them. We did a tour with them.
So that's what I was going to ask too. What was it like live? Was it just the two of them?
Mm-hmm. It was the two of them. Yeah, Rob had kind of a table of things set up in like a little drum pad and then tracks and effects and things, and then Mary would just sing. So it was all like sampled and triggers and things, but he would kind of set the beat, and it was like big. They would bring their own subs, so it was very kind of dance heavy.
That's when he was talking about like the PA system and everything.
Yeah. No, they're fantastic. They were so good, and Mary's voice is amazing, and they were so fun and bouncy and excited, and it was the summer of 2008, man. Everything was a party.
It was just like when everyone was trying to figure out what indie meant. It was like it was going to be either indie rock, or it was going to be punk, or it was going to be screamy, or it was going to start to get into dance music. Or
I put them in that same boat, as like an Animal Collective. Not that that they were trying to sound like that, but I think it was this kind of, bouncy electronic and, DIY sort of happening thing.
Yeah, it's so
kind
cool.
Of psychedelic and kind of, but you could move to it and it was fun and it was melodic.
Yeah. Yeah. Go listen to it. Cause I listened to a little bit and it was like, I didn't know what I was getting into. I was like, I don't know what this is going to be. And it was like, oh, this is cool. This is like super original and weird and totally. Kind of fun and crazy. And so go listen.
Yeah, they're a super fun band. And then Mary from High Places ended up marrying Angus from Liars, and they have a couple kids together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're,
did not know
so
that.
Kind of the small world of DIY. Things are connected.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another band. Yeah. Did you talk to Julian?
I talked to Julian and I talked to Aaron.
And Aaron. Right.
Yeah, and then I reached out to Angus because I saw recently that they were putting on like a sale store on Reverb,
of a bunch of his equipment
and
right?
things. Yeah. So I reached out and asked if he wanted to promote it, but he didn't write me back. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to have Angus on the podcast. We can talk in Australian accents to each other.
It will happen one day.
Oh no!
I've watched
so much Bluey.
Happen one day.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I can do it by the nar in the car. Right? It was me and the kids. Nar. Nar.
No,
if you say RNR, like rock and roll or railroad, or RNR with an American voice, it sounds like an Australian voice saying "oh no."
RNR.
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 That's pretty good.
Well, and I realized it took me a while when I went to Australia. I was like, why does no sound so, what does it sound like? And I made someone sit there and say it a bunch. And then wherever I was in Australia, they said noi, N-O-I.
Oh,
I was like, you put an I at the end. Noi. It's the best. I would like to end it up as far as accents go. A couple weeks ago, I was at a conference in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. If I ever moved into somewhere that has like a different accent that I have, I would pick up that accent in
instantly.
Like 10 days. Give me 10 days and I will not even realize that I'm saying y'all. It won't even, I just, for some reason, like I'm in the grocery store. I was at like a Whole Foods. We were downtown in Charlotte and the only thing next to us was like a Whole Foods. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go to Whole Foods. And you go to Whole Foods, like, how can I help you, sweetie? Like, oh, wait, this is like, I'm in like the South. And by the time I was leaving Whole Foods, I was like, don't say it. Don't like, just keep your consonants, keep your vowels the same. Nope. Like it's going to sound ridiculous if you. Yeah.
It sounds like
by the time I was leaving the grocery
Family
store.
Guy, the old Namla grandpa in Family Guy.
Oh my God.
That voice sounded like, hi.
I was ready. I was ready to like slow my, I'm doing all right. Just walking. Just going to mosey back up onto the hotel over there. Take a sip of this cider that I just bought and sit on by the pool and just think of life and fireflies. And
it happens.
It was
Did
quick,
you see fireflies?
Man.
Did you see fireflies there?
No, we were in the city though. We never went. I've seen fireflies. Actually, one of the places I saw fireflies
in summer
was outside of Boston on the Cape.
Oh, okay.
We went to the Cape to visit some friends once, and there were fireflies everywhere. It was great. It was awesome.
Oh my God, it's so cool. Yeah, I know. I want to figure out how to get my kids. See, I know, like, even in like Texas, I think in Austin they'll have fireflies.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't like Los Angeles. It's not muggy enough, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Seems like
could be too dry.
Honestly, seems like fireflies. Perfect place. Los Angeles would be perfect.
It's getting
for
a lot more
fireflies.
humid this summer.
We have parrots.
Muggy summer. Yeah.
There's peacocks. There's peacocks in Altadena.
All kinds of tropical things.
We got
here.
Parrots. We got all sorts of stuff. I feel like fireflies are next.
Yeah, that's what we need.
But,
and tarantulas. More tarantulas.
You can only have so much. Yeah,
that's it.
Someday.
Okay, yeah. So I guess next week we'll say is the end of season 3. I have my last interview of this season with Martin Kendall Wong, Giant Robot.
Let's go.
That's what we'll do to close out season 3, and then we'll kick off season 4 with a bunch of things. I need to get back to doing theme months. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work because you ask all these people, and then 3/4 of them all say no.
Yeah,
but I have some ideas. I want to get back into it. I always feel like the start of the new season, I'm like, I need more theme months. So
well, I'll never say no.
Okay.
If you need me to act like someone else, I could do it.
Please
just give me a script.
Write in and say, we'll fill you.
We have Juliette Lewis this week. Hi, Randy. How's it going?
Hey,
oh my God!
Peter.
Did you know my dad's a famous actor? I just found out last week.
Oh my God! Yeah, you know Juliette Lewis, right? You write her. Let's get her. Let's get her on the pod. She'd be great. She tried to poach Dean for her band for the Licks, or in the middle of.
She tried to poach him. Really?
Well, I think she just offered him the.
I think I saw the Licks play once.
The thing, yeah. I think she was just starting it, and he said no because he was in the Wives. Man, he's playing bass in our band.
Oh, that was early. That was before. That was pre No Age. Oh,
yeah. We were sleeping on
you
floors
lucked out.
And playing basements. Be like, got an email in the middle of the tour from Juliet, and we're like, oh dang! And I told her, you should just do it. Screw this. Yeah. Go do it. If I were you, I would do it. It sounds like more fun than this.
I think No Age worked out. But ended up working out more than the
whatever
Licks.
Wives was doing at the time, it was an easy thing to leave. We weren't doing that much, but he was committed to it. So good for him.
Well, good. And now you're here.
Oh, but I was going to say, if you have ideas for theme months or any other ideas, or just want to talk to us, you could write to us at hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com, or find us on the interwebs at Aaron Farley. My name on the Instagram is at Randy S. Randall. And let us know what you want to hear. If you are an interesting person and you think we should hear from you, let us know. I'm not above being pitched, ideas or people.
We'll let you know if you're interesting.
Yeah.
Let us judge your interestingness.
It'd be fun. I'm always up for ideas and for meeting people. So find us on Instagram at Randy S. Randall, at Aaron Farley, or write us on the Gmail, hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com. All right. That's it. Yeah, next week, end of season 3. Beginning of season 4 will be the week after. Let's do it.
Awesome. We'll see you next week.
All right.
All right.